What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Heads Up Sports Cards. It's Mike, and we are back with Throwback Thursday, the baseball edition, and this is episode 36. Uh, we will continue on our trip through tops in the 90s, through what is widely considered the junk wax era, but is making a strong comeback, or a somewhat strong comeback from where it was even a couple of months ago now, with the uh, with the new resurgence in the baseball card market, which is great. Now, I did want to go chronologically. I started last week with 91. This week, I obviously have 1994 Series 1 in front of us, which is not the next chronological release. I did have 92 tops on order, and it somehow got lost in the mail. Thankfully, I did have 94 Series 1 on standby for a couple weeks from now. So we'll go through that, and we'll get back to 92 when and if and hopefully it shows up in the mail. So let's get right on to it and see what we can get out of this box. We'll be looking for our usual cast of stars and future Hall of Famers. Thomas, Griffey, Ripken, Henderson, McGuire, all of those, and a very special Hall of Famer making his, well, not his debut, because his debut was the previous year, but his second year cards, and that's the guy right here on the box, Derek Jeter. So every pack here is going to have a Topps Gold card in it, which will be a parallel, and randomly inserted into the packs will be Topps Black Gold cards. So hopefully we can find one of those. Hopefully we can find something else. There's some other stuff that's kind of nifty in here. Not really sure what to expect or what to find, but I do think that there is a Jeter prospect card in here still, as well as what looks like the base card. Got my newest Griffey from the Project 2020 set. Yes, I'm still going at it. I have specific players and artists that I will collect. I'm not going crazy and ordering every Project 2020 card that comes out, but I still think it's a pretty fun set. Hopefully there's not too much stickage on here. Doesn't look like it. Yes. So we'll be looking for Frankie Rodriguez in this set as well. All right, so we have a future star of Justin Thompson, and speak of the devil, there it is, Frank Rodriguez. Man, I remember this kid was supposed to be super hot. My dad really, really thought this guy was going to be the next big thing. But there he is, Frankie Rodriguez. We got Todd Zeal, Willie Banks. Oh, man, don't do this to me. This is going to be fun. Chad Curtis, Stan Belinda. There's a JT Snow All-Star Rookie Cup. Mike Butcher, Mark Wohlers. That's our first gold card. You can see the Topps gold insignia there at the top. And his name is written in gold foil as opposed to the regular print. All right. Ooh, a second Topps Gold. So we got two in this one, and this is a Brent Maine. So two Topps Gold in that card. Tim Scott and Bobby Ojeda. You can see it's probably one of the first years that they moved away from the wax, and now they have the foil pack. So we have a rookie cup of Greg McMichael. Topps All-Stars, Bonds and Albert Bell. Mark McLemore, Craig Paquette. John Smiley. Graham Lloyd. Bob McDonald. Willie Canty. Canat. I don't know. Fernando Valenzuela. There we go. Gold card of Fernando Valenzuela for the Orioles. Scott Erickson, so though not two in that one. Tony Phillips and Don Powell. Not two gold cards in that one, but the Fernando Valenzuela, that one's pretty nice. Here's a nice Future Stars to start off with. Garrett Anderson, going to be a World Series MVP someday. So yes, Future Star. There's a checklist. There's my man Otis Nixon. There we go. There's another Fernando Valenzuela. There's the base. Cal Eldred, Dan Wilson, Pat Mears, Sandy Alomar Jr. Just a little sticking. Louis Lopez and Will Cordero, Topps All-Star Cup Gold. Topps Gold. So Will Cordero had his personal issues there. Lance Painter and a Todd Stoudemire, whose book has been popping up on my Facebook feed lately. Very interesting. There's a nice card. Nolan Ryan with the Major League 27 Seasons emblem on there. So some sort of little insert there. And All-Stars of Griffey Jr. and Lenny Dykstra. Very nice. Anytime we get anything with Griffey, of course. BJ Suroff, Greg Olson, Bud Black. There's a Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez. Tim Mauser, Jeff Russell. Let's let this be the gold. It is. All right. George Brett, gold. Very nice. George Brett, Topps gold card. Anytime we can get a Hall of Famer. There's Delano DeShields, Deion Sanders. That's cool. And a Kenny Lofton. A young Kenny Lofton. All right, next pack. 93 draft pick of Jeff Granger and a Future Stars of Alex Gonzalez. Rick Monteleone, Phil Plantier, Eric Anthony, and George Bell. Julio Franco, Brett Saberhagen, and Bobby Ojeda is our Topps gold, as I thought it would be. Ooh, and we got a second one in this one of Mark Carrion. There we go. So 2 gold in that one. So maybe there's a Mike Jackson and a Steve Dixon. Maybe there's some sort of odds for every couple packs has 2 golds instead of 1. And the chances of getting a black gold are 1 in 72. So 1 out of every 2 boxes will have a black gold card. So let's see what we can do if we can get one. Pat Henkin. Oh, Spike Owen. So that's Spike Owen on the box there, not Jeter. See, I saw Yankees shortstop. But Jeter does have that prospect card in this that I was talking about. Bobby Witt, Moises Alou, Pat Kelly, Matt Manwaring is our gold card. Benny Santiago, Jeff King, Craig Shipley, and then we have a draft pick of Billy Wagner. It's a nice one there. And Paul Carey, Future Star. Nice Billy Wagner. All right. 93 All-Stars of Mike Piazza and Mike Stanley. And Future Stars of Trip Cromer. Todd Hundley, Wally Joyner, Kurt Manwaring again, Walt Weiss, Robin Ventura, Derek Lilliquist. Mike Harkey is going to be our Topps gold out of this pack. Jeff Reed, Mark Leiter, and Tim Pugh. 2. All right. There's an Alan Trammell, Billy Spears, Softy, Olerud. There's a Jeff Branson, followed by a Jeff Brantley. Tom Urbani. Carlos Quintana is our gold card for the Sox. Rob Butler. Scott Liddy. Ricky Trilek. Mike Maddox. And a draft pick of Matt Farner. So I wonder if this Mike Maddox is anything. I doubt it. Draft pick. Normally the back 2 cards are a rookie insert and 2 inserts of some sort. But there's Jeremy Burnitz and Bobby Bonilla, highest paid player this year in the MLB. Roger McDowell, sporting his signature unique look there. Alan Mills, Mike Harkey again, Kevin Rogers, Matt Majewski, and we have a Randy Johnson black gold. There we go. That's a good one there. Unit black gold card. Look at the shine on that. Nice, very nice looking. It's got good centering. We got the gold on the back as well. That's a really nice card there. Randy Johnson. Can't complain about that. Regular Topps gold of Rick Monteleone. Yeah, Monteleone. Lee Smith. Roger Salkid. We have our draft picks of Alan Bennis and Mike Bell. All right, next pack. Doug Drabeck, Jason Beret, Rick Rodriguez, John Jaha, Brent Main, Will Cordero. There's his All-Star Cup again, Rookie Cup. Tony Fossis is going to be the gold for the Sox. Marcos Armas, Ben Rivera, Chris Bosio, draft pick of Andy Rice, and then Mike Maddox again in the second insert spot. So Mike Maddox, the ultimate filler. The filler man. All right, 93 All-Stars of Matt Williams and Wade Boggs. There's another draft pick of Andy Bennis. Rafael Belliard, Scott Hemmond, Reggie Jefferson, Juan Guzman, Randy Tomlin, Jay Bell, Scott Erickson is our gold, Topps gold. Ryan Thompson. There's 17 of them. Brett Barbary. Did he get Bagwell out, or did Bagwell take him out, or did he take out Bagwell? What's going on in that picture? And Trevor Hoffman. It's a second-year card. Awful centering on the back. Poor centering there for the Hoffman. All right, Larry Walker, Scott Fletcher, Matt Noakes, Steve Cook, All-Star Cup, John Dobson, remember him, Kirk Gibson. There's a Topps gold of Mike Lavalier. And our Topps gold prospects, Curtis Pride, Sean Green, Mark Sweeney, and Eric Davis. So this is the card that Derek Jeter is in. If we can get this in the Topps gold for Jeter, that would be very nice. Carlos Quintana base, Rod Beck. And then we have a future star of Ray McDavid for the Padres and All-Stars of Greg Maddux and Jack McDowell. Fun insert there. Jeff Blosser, Rick Wilkins, Tim Wallach, Jack Voigt. There's a Schilling, Kurt Schilling. Dan Plesac. Darrell Whitmore is our Topps Gold out of this pack. Tyler Green. That kid was supposed to be something. That's his rookie card. And it probably his last card. Tyler Green. Mike Stanton. John Flaherty. And then we have a All-Stars of Jeff Blosser and Cal Ripken. So, good pairing there. And a Marcus Moore is our second, is our last card there. All right, next pack we got Lenny Webster, Royce Clayton, Albie Lopez, Jose Lynn, Steve Dreyer, Tony Pena, Ken Ryan. That's our gold card there. A third gold Red Sox. Nice for the into the PC. Straight to the PC. Armando Reynoso, Mark Hutton, Tim Belcher, and then we have Tony Longmire and Jeremy Lee. I believe Jeremy Lee was just on our gold. No, he wasn't. All right. Must have seen his card already then. Thought he was on that gold prospects card that we pulled. All right, next up. Jimmy Key, Mike Bordick, David McCarthy. There's a Goose. Second year card for McCarthy. Kevin Bass, Chili Davis, Lou Frazier, Jose Mesa. There's our gold card there. Scott Out of Service, Bob Wickman, Chris Carpenter. Then we have an All-Stars of Bobby Thompson and Roberto Alomar. Again, the pairings on these cards. It's like we'll put one guy that, just barely an All-Star, Howard Johnson, the last card there, with somebody that's like a surefire Hall of Famer. Ricky Bones. There we go. Paul Wagner. Mike Lansing. All-Star Cup card there for Mike Lansing. There's a nice one. Kirby Puckett. Nice Puckett. Wilson Alvarez. Manuel Lee. Jose Canseco. Gold. There we go. These are our gold card there, so a nice one. A little off-centered. Second gold card in this pack, Jeff Reed. Greg Harris, Mark Gubiska. We got a future star of Tim Davis and a Fred McGriff and a Frank Thomas. There's a nice pairing there. 2 packs to go in our first half. Still looking for that Jeter, that Derek Jeter. Craig Biggio, Gerald Clark, Mark Lemke, Chris Hoyles, Damon Buford, George Stamos, and our gold card of Andy Rice, draft pick. Brad Rennington, Omar Dahl, Bernie Williams, second year card. Draft pick of Kelly Wunsch and future star of Eric Helfand. There's a nice one. Future star Manny Ramirez a future star that actually became a star. Very nice. All-Stars, Tom Glavine and Jimmy Key. We have Jose Offerman, Brad Ausmus, Dave West, Jose Guzman, Brady Anderson, Dave Gallagher, Topps Gold of Randy Myers and Jeff Montgomery, Jim Abbott, Harold Reynolds, and Bobby Ojeda again. All right, starting the second half. Jason Barret, Anthony Young. There's a Derek May. Cool card. Some of the pictures here in these cards are great. Some are less than great. Randy Knorr. Kevin Robertson. There's a Future Star Gold of Benji Gill. This kid was supposed to be pretty good too. Some good Future Stars that never panned out in this product. Tim Hoyt, Melito Perez, Jeremy Lee, and Charles Peterson. Future Stars. Of course, not every year does everybody pan out, obviously. What is in this guy's nose? But maybe it's just because this is where, kind of right at the beginning of where I was collecting seriously as a kid. I'm right around 10 years old. So I knew and remember a lot of these guys, but some years you don't even remember who the not so good guys were or who was supposed to be good. There's a Randy Johnson. Very nice. Some years, like this year, I remember a bunch of names of guys that were supposed to be really good and never panned out. So Bill Wirtz, Brent Main, Rick Aguilera, Jeff McKnight, Dave Martinez, our gold card there. Dave Martinez, gold. Billy Hatcher, also a gold, also a Red Sox, our fourth gold Red Sox. There's my man Otis, Denny Nagel, Howard Johnson, and Cliff Floyd, Future Stars. That's a nice one there. Cliff Floyd, Future Star. Maybe not future baseball star, but future talker about baseball star, for sure. All right, we got Doug Henry, Dean Palmer, Craig Graybeck, Brett Butler, Mike Lavalieri, Greg Hibbard, Louis Lopez is our gold card, Louis Lopez, Kurt Stillwell, Rick Sutcliffe, Mark Newfield. Then we have a Maddox and McDowell, All-Stars again, and George Brett base. We got the gold. Now we have the base. All right. Another one of these action shots, action variations. This one, Ryan Sandberg, so somebody that we'll hold on to there. Eric Pappas, Craig Lefferts, Rene Gonzalez, Blaze Minor, Andy Bennis, and Manuel Lee is our gold card here. Manny Lee, Alex Arias, Tim Scott, Hal Morris. Then we have Marcus Moore and a Bill Ashley Future Star. Not so Future Star. All right. Scott Fletcher, Paul Sorrento, Kevin McReynolds, Randy Tomlin, Bobby Munoz, Scott Cooper for the Sox, and Tim Davis, going to be a gold card. Future Stars, gold Future Stars. There's a Ripken. Cal Ripken, very off-centered. Kenny Lofton. Darren Dalton, look at that mullet flowing. That's awesome. Darren Dalton. Fred McGriff and Frank Thomas. And then we have a Calvin Reese. Don't call him Pokey. Call him Calvin. Pokey Reese, Future Stars. All right. Rick Wilkins, Charles Nagy, Robin Yount, John Dobson again, Stan Belinda, Rich Armorall, Pat Mears, Topps Gold, Greg Swindell, Steve Dixon, David Nide, Eric Helfand, and the mechanic, Curtis Laskanik. I'm going to hold on to that one in the Red Sox pile on the 04 World Series team. Curtis Laskanik. He made it 10 years in Bigs. Finally won a World Series, so good for him. Royce Lewis starting us off in this pack. There's a Pedro Martinez, second year card. Very nice. Petey. John Doherty. Another Schilling. Edgar Martinez. Steve Avery. Joe Girardi, Topps Gold. Marvin Freeman. So Craig Shipley. Ricky Gutierrez. You got a Glavin and Jimmy Key All-Stars and another Benji Gill. This time it's the base Future Star. Ooh, I got another checklist. Excellent. Love the checklist. Mike Bordick, Scott Brocious, Jody Reed, Steve Dreyer, Richie Lewis. Richie! There's a Danny Darwin. Sandy Alomar is going to be our gold card here. And we have another gold prospects. Bill Massey, Stanton Cameron, Tim Clark, and Troy's kid, Craig McClure. So another gold prospects, not with Jeter on it. Tim Pugh again, Alan Watson, checklist, and Brooke Kaishink, draft pick. Should put the odds of getting that Jeter card on the pack. Paul Wagner, Scott Livingstone, Mike Trombley, Chili Davis, Pat Borders, Brian Harvey, Cal Eldred, going to be our gold card there, Cal Eldred, Renee Arocha, there we go, Rocha Letter, Ricky, I don't know, Trillick, who knows, Huck Heiner, Flanner, Jesus, some of these names, Danny Schaefer, and Domingo Jean for the Yankees, Future Stars. All right. Greg Gagne, Paul Osemacher, Greg Catterett, Will Clark, not bad, Sean Berry, Eddie Murray, thought he was calling a shot there, Kim Batiste, gold card, Mitch Williams, Carlos Hernandez, Tony Phillips. There's another checklist. Checklist number 3. And Nigel Wilson. Future Stars. All right. Jose Bautista, the pitcher. Kevin Higgins. Al T. Martin. Orlando Merced. Jeff Schwartz. Travis Fryman. Dion, going to be our gold. Yep. Very nice. Gold Deion Sanders. Wilson Alvarez, also gold card. Believe Wilson Alvarez here have a no-hitter in his career. I think so. Chris Boisio, Todd Stoudemire. Future star of Jose Valentin. Not a bad one there. And Danny Schaefer. Plugging away here. Mo Sanford, Mark Wohlers, Mitch Webster, Mike Fetters, Greg Myers, Gary DiSarcina, and Bud Black. It's going to be our gold card, Bud Black. Todd Fraworth, Trevor Hoffman again. Still very poorly centered. Another Deion Sanders. Future stars of Billy Brewer. And a draft picks prospects of Ogea, Brumley, Wade, and Michael Eck. Not Jeter. All right, next back we got Derek Bell, Darren Lewis, Gary Norman Reedus, Kevin Rogers, Doug Jones, Jacob Brumfield, Bernard Gilkey, going to be the gold card here. Old Bernard, Mark Dewey, Rod Beck, Mike Jackson. We have future stars of Scott Ruffcorn. Yep, Ruffcorn is his name. And Dave Justice and Juan Gonzalez, outfield all-stars. There we go. Not a bad one. Not a bad pairing. All right. Kevin Brown acting all goofy. Danny Jackson. There's Jeff Bagwell. Little damage on the corner there. Not bad, though. Vinny Castillo.